Hey YouTube, welcome back to Universe X for another SD Gundam G Generation Eternal video. So, after a long and heartbreaking trail of tears, we were able to procure one Sinanju, actually two but I had to pity to get the first one. I went through all of the 20 multis without getting a single new unit or supporter, and had just pity the other one. I'm trying to work on Blue Destiny, but so far all I've gotten is a dupe of Sinanju. So hey, it is what it is, but we are going to hop in and basically just do our showcase of the Sinanju. So let's scroll down and find him real quick. He is right there in all of his excellence. Amazing looking, like just like model. But real quick, for you guys that don't know, let's go over his kit as well as Full Frontal's kit, and then let's hop into the animation showcase, followed by some of his utility. And yeah, just to let you guys know, if you like this sort of content, make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button, and join the UniX fam, and never miss a beat when it comes to my ST Gundam G Generation Eternal content. That's a little bit of a tongue twister sometimes. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this sort of content. So, going over here, obviously we have kick. I cannot wait to see that animation because, yeah, I mean, it's a Char unit, it's gotta have kick. Beam rifle, I don't know, but the beam Naginata already looks amazing from the little trailer we got. And you've got the, of course, absolute hit, weapon attribute, damage reduction null, and inflicts damage taken from beam weapons up to 25% on the enemy for one turn, and that's it at its base. Now, the interesting thing about this is that he splits his damage buffs into two things. Instead of having a defense down, he actually has a taking damage from beam weapons up, and then on this one he has taking damage from physical weapons up. So honestly, getting these up to max, you can probably lay out some turns where you're able to hit with one and then support with the other, allowing you to have just this massive coverage for physical beam attacks. Looking at this, it doesn't look like we have the fortitude, yeah, it doesn't like we have the materialistic fortitude to get both of these up to max. So I'll have to be back for his EX attack. That'll just have to be a thing. But that is pretty cool there. And then looking at his skills, you do have increased mobility level 3. You have vigor conditions, physical beam weapon, physical and beam weapon range up by 1. The physical is very, very important because that could even extend the range of kick. And then you've got psycho frame level 1. So increases zone accuracy and evasion by 5%. We're here for it. We're here for it. And then we're going to go over and show you guys Full Frontal. So Full Frontal over here, you can see he's a vigor character, so you already knew we're gonna have the MP up. But what you have here is the range boost level 4, so it increases his range by 20%. MP up level 4 increases MP by 6, which is good. And then you have the boost range level 1. During the next fight after activating this effect, increases range by 1. So he can actually hit off some crazy range feats already. Now, looking at this, you're just going to have your Cyber New Type level 3, increases your MP by 6. So you're going to start half-cocked in that sense. He's got the when supporting increased attack by level 4. Since he seems to be a supporter unit that can do decent damage, the more dupes you have in him, the more effective he's going to be because of that raw attack bonus. But he is going to boost his attack by 20%. And then the EX character ability says when you're at supercharged or higher, increase all movement by 1, allowing him to just fly across the battlefield and, you know, be everywhere at once. And you've got increased melee level 1 because, you know, he do be having the melee attacks. So this is pretty cool, but what we're gonna end up doing now is shooting over and testing out his animations to see what kind of goodies they cooked up in the dev department. Okay, so here we are. We definitely want to see what his animations end up looking like. So I think the first thing we're gonna have to do is get in range for kick and check that out, because I'm already super excited. Okay, we're already getting defended. Is there anybody that we can get to, right? I think for the sake of his animations, we're just gonna get up to vigor, and then that should allow us to hit things like kick even from here. Okay, cool. So let's see what kick looks like. You know what? We're just gonna have to do a whole lot of restarting, aren't we? Whatever, it is what it is. Let's check this out. Let's check this out. What do we start? Ain't no way. Okay, so I'm not gonna hold you. The end of that was kind of lackluster, but the beginning of it was insane. Why'd he come out of like the shine of the light of a star like that? Yeah, no, that was lit. That was lit. I think if that's just gonna be the random melee, we already know we're in for something special as we go up these moves. So let's get the next one. Let's see the next one. Okay, next we're gonna hit him with the beam rifle and see what goes up here. It looks like we're getting close to being able to one-shot these things, so let's see. Okay, I mean, that's tame, that's time. You never expect too much from a beam rifle. So, I mean, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. We've got two of hopefully the best animations to come. I mean, Kick did start it off pretty well, but let's see the next one. Let's see the next one. Okay, so now we're gonna check out Rocket Bazooka and see what happens here. He does end up getting to survive, so that is whatever, but hopefully this is a gas animation. All right, start off some motion. Okay, a little swaggy. Okay, so that was really just like an upgraded beam rifle. It wasn't anything too cool, but I think that was still pretty cool. All right, so let's go and see the main event, the EX attack, the EX weapon. Let's just go see that. All right, let's see Beam Naginata EX. I'm ready for this one. I'm ready for this one. All right. Oh, okay. A shield stab, the multiple kicks. A triple kick. Dog. Yeah. All right. Ooh, wait a second. All right. I was gonna give it like a solid B until that last bit. The finish on that one was immaculate. The eye stream, the finish, the brandishing the Naginata in the flames, and then the like resonance of this, like the mono eye. Okay, now we're in there. That's a solid A right there to me. That's a solid A. Oh my gosh, the finish saved that. No, that's pretty good. But now we're gonna take him into an expert Eternal Road and see how he does as backup support. So let's get in there. Okay, so here we are right now. Looking at this, I just want to let you guys know that Cubile and Haman Karn, if that banner ever comes back, or she ever comes back and she's featured on the banner, you should probably pick her up, because as we get further and further into this game's longevity, we're gonna get more and more Neo Zeon units, and her skill, Haman Karn's skill right here, is going to get more and more powerful. And I'm specifically talking about her skill as a pilot, which says right here that that's probably an easy way to get this. For every Neo Zeon on the team, you're going to get 4% up to 20% more attack. And now we have a supporter, not just the Sazabi, but we have the Sinanju as well, both on Neo Zeon. So this is going to be a pretty cool mix. The only issue is that with Neo Zeon, or with Sinanju's Beam Naginata upping the damage from beam weapons, that's awesome. But the Rocket Bazooka upping the damage from physical weapons, unfortunately, we don't have anybody that can take advantage of the physical weapon part on this team, as you have both the Sazabi over here. You have Sazabi as well as Cubile just having a bunch of beam attacks and special attacks. So let's hop in here and let's see what he's able to do in conjunction with these two monster units. Now, I also do feel some type of way because he doesn't have a defense down. I think that a defense down and a beam 30% would have been so much more snapped. But we're going to be able to see what happens here. We're going to turn this on. Okay, so what we're going to do here is the real test is I know for a fact that my Cubile with one limit break in here cannot one-shot this general. So we're going to see if Sinanju can push the one-shot out. And I'll show you guys how that works. So the first thing that's gonna happen here is I will actually just get it in here and make sure that we get all of the defenders out with the Sazabi. I'm letting y'all know, just because it was one of the base release units does not mean in any way, shape, or form the Sasazabi is like to be taken lightly. This unit is still an absolute boss. Especially if you have it max limit broken. Actively gross. Okay, now we can head over. Get that out of the way. Okay, so what we also have to do now is get this one out. Because we'll need the Sinanju to step kind of in that little pocket. Now the Sinanju can't quite step into that pocket correctly. So now what we're gonna do is come over here. And we have everybody in range, and then we're gonna come over here. Hit here. This is so hot. Only about 35. Okay, so now that this is there, we can now move over here and park him. So now when we come here, if we max range it, we're seeing this looks like a kill, 157. But when we come in here, the defense will make it so. Not bad. But if you go here and we just end up hitting with this one instead, you're seeing it's going to change the damage by an extra 10k. Which is good. So that's the kind of support we need. Now, because this isn't going to bang, right? What we're going to end up doing is hitting up the Awaken. And it still does not look like quite enough. Let me make sure they didn't reset this crap. Okay, cool. So it doesn't look like quite enough. So we're going to have to go back and hit up this as well. Now, this should actually be a kill. You can see the 154. That's unfortunate. Oh, there we go. So as you can see, just switching the move pretty much adds another 8,000 to the attack. And it's looking at 162,000 all put together. I mean, right now it's a 30% increase to beam. So 40k done to it, but allowing this to hit first. So that was 180k, bro. So that was some unforeseen damage. So there you go. There you go. Definitely a little bit of an enabler. And on top of that, you can also give more of an attack boost to the Cubile. I think that that's going to be where this unit shines. But I think there's a little bit more that we can do. So give me just 1 second and I'll show you that optimal little debuff setup. Okay, so with what we got here, the reason why I have this formation is because this Barrage EX right there, this is the one I wanted to focus in on. It is both beam and physical, which means it's going to be able to do both, or take advantage of both ends of the debuffs that we are able to give off of this, which is the additional damage from beam weapons up and the additional damage from yeah, beam weapons up. Actually, you know what? There may be somebody else. There may be somebody else. There is a chance that Zeta can do this too. Nope, beam special. Okay, so we're going to do this off of just these two. I wanted to take them into an expert battle, or expert eternal road, but I couldn't. It just wasn't working. So we're gonna take them inside of this boss level right now, just to kind of show you what the difference is going to be. And yes, these guys are a little buffed right now, but it's more gonna be the jumps that I want to show you more than anything. So getting over here, right? This is gonna be the cool part to me. So we're able to, I mean, this is a little too far away. As you can see here, the damage for this one, right, is a whopping just 323,000, right? That's pretty cool. I think this, does this kill too? Oh lordy, are these too, is this too early? Okay, so at least we can get something here, right? So right here, you can see that this is, this right here is going to be a 323,000 attack. Now, if we go over and actually just use the attack burst level 4, going up 20 more %, mind you, this is a max limit broken, easy 8, so just understand that. 365,000. Now, if we come over here and hit this guy, yeah, we'll need to go a little forward. Okay, so let's hit him with the rocket bazooka. You're gonna see the rocket bazooka come off. And this is going to change. This is going to change from a 365,000 to a 417,000. So already, that's already gonna be an extra 50K brought on by that. But what happens when you press this button and then you put this on anyway? Because then we're gonna have the 30% down and the 25% down. So I want to see how this boosts Easy 8's damage. So we started off, mind you, with 365 with the attack boost on. So we got the 479. So we went from 365 to 417 to 400, almost 80,000. That is a 120,000 damage jump because we were able to put the first debuff on with Sinanju and then be able to hit the second debuff with Sinanju. Now, the cool thing about that is simply the fact that, like, we are over here showing how much extra damage. An extra 120K is nothing to snuff at, actually more like 115K, but that's actually pretty good. So how do I feel about this unit? Yeah, I think it's time to put the dupe in him and you know, go into closing, or just go into closing. Yeah, let's swap over. All right, y'all, so the main thing I'm seeing here is that he has a lot of cool niche things. I do like that he fits on the red category, he fits on the mono-eyed category, he fits on the commander type category. These are all things that will need more and more units to be able to complete their eternal roads. But when it comes down to viability, he is a non-limited unit, and I think that can be felt. He's got a good range for all of his moves. I do like that he's able to both debuff for physicals as well as beams. And even though I wish he had a straight defense down, it is really, really cool. He can just up the damage taken, and he can cover both typings. Now, I do feel like I need to run a search, but it feels like units that can use both of his abilities, both of his debuffs, will be far and few in between. They'll need to be more manual UC types, if I'm not mistaken, as Easy 8 was, because there's a lot of beam special, there's a lot of physical specials, but there's not a lot of physical beams. So I do have a hard time feeling like this is going to get the most use. Like his optimal use is going to be hard to draw out. But his animations are great. I just think he might be a little more niche. So yeah, when it comes to whether or not I feel like you should go out of your way to summon for this unit, I don't really think that's the case. Like, he's one of my favorite units of all time when it comes to mobile suits. But I don't think that he's worth the squeeze, especially after we just had our diamonds depleted beforehand. But you guys let me know what you guys think. You guys let me know how you feel after you've pulled them. And I hope you guys are enjoying the SD Gundam G Generation game, the content I put out in the game, on this game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Remember to like the video if you like the video. Hit that subscribe button if you want to join the Unix fam today and never miss a beat with the SDG Gundam. Well, SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. Man, I'm tripping over that name today. So sorry, guys. But yeah, y'all get the deal. I'll see you next time. Later.